All right, I'm going to go with something a little different on this custom build. Wanted to do something with an M249. So I've shown one before where I added a threaded tip to it, and I put a different stock, a buffer tube stock on it, and a much better bipod, and that was pretty cool. But I thought, let me see what I can do to mix it up again, and that was a while back anyway. So what I'm going to do here, you can kind of see I got it kind of laid out, and I want to show you. The biggest thing is this, putting a scar stock on it. And I'm going to show that up close in a moment, but I'm going to touch on the other stuff first so I can kind of get it out of the way. So first off, remove these side pieces that are right here. Those can just unscrew off of that kind of handguard area. So I'm going to go ahead and put a separate rail right here. My initial plan was to possibly replace that handguard. There's some different ones you can print online, but they don't work well with this specific model, the M249. And we already have this bottom rail here, and that's really what a lot of those handguards online are for the M249, to add a bottom rail. And the bottom rail is already there. So instead, I'm just going to remove these pieces just to make it different, right? And then have a side rail here, and then this is just kind of a decorative piece that again, we'll just tie in some colors that'll just go that full length right there. You can see I've also gone ahead, I'll go with a threaded tip, and then I'm putting a second threaded tip down here, which is obviously just for cosmetics, and you'll have a separate little, barrel, so it's going to look kind of cool with two barrels going off of it. All right, so that's what I'm doing here. It's possible as I go through this, I might decide that I want those to match perfectly and have the same two exact fake suppressors going off of it. I'll just kind of have to play that as I go and see what I decide. For a grip up here, I'm not sure if I'm going to go with something a little more, extreme or unique like this, or more kind of traditional like this. Just haven't really decided. It'll kind of come together at the end. That's not, anything I have to plan ahead too far. Now, the biggest thing I'll be doing is this new stock attachment. So you can see I've 3D printed a piece there, and it's going to fit on really nice. I'm going to have to actually secure it. Obviously, I'll secure it probably through here or even right through the side here. But let me show you what I did. So there were no available SCAR to M249 adapters, which isn't a surprise, online for free, 3D printed ones. So what I had to do here was I took this piece, this black piece was already with the SCAR, obviously, right? So I took that black piece, I had to kind of cut out part of it, and then I printed this piece here. And you can see it's a really tight fit, but that's actually okay. I wanted it to be a really tight fit. And the piece I printed here is actually part of an adapter that was made to adapt a SCAR or an ACR stock to a SCAR. Obviously, that's not what we're doing here. However, I was able to take part of it. As you can see, it had that little cutout already. So that looked about the right shape. So I elongated it, I widened it, I deepened it so that it would fit this black receiver piece from the SCAR perfectly. And it did. And then, I added these triangle pieces just so you can see that it kind of goes right up against here. And then on the other side, there's the switch. So it goes right down to here. So there's a shorter triangle piece on that side. So that'll fit on there really nicely. And then I'll probably go ahead and, like I said, secure either, you can see there were pre-printed holes right here. I filled them, so if I use them, it'll be a nice tight fit. I'll probably go with a little bolt that'll go right through them. And I possibly will, I'll try to probably put one right through here, right, because that'll go ahead and give it the most stability. So I might even just do one right through here and then one right through the middle of that block. So you'll see like a little bolt and a bolt, but it'll be finished off really nicely. I might be able to use some kind of rivet nut or use those heated threaded inserts. That's going to kind of depend as we go. But I think it's going to look really cool. So you're going to have the SCAR stock, and it'll still be completely, foldable so that you can go ahead and fold it over to the side. So you'd be able to have it like that. And I've already tested, there's nothing in the way, so that folds just fine. Got the handguard, it's going to look a little different, not crazy different. And then the front of there, we're going to have, you know, like twin suppressors on it. And again, that's all just for looks, right? So trying to mix it up. I think it'll be a lot cooler. I'm not a huge fan of the traditional M249 stock that comes with these. And this one's a lot easier to change the battery on too. So anyway, that's my plan. It's going to be the new custom M249. Make sure you check back to see the finished product. I'm going to probably do some upgrades to it as well, because this is basically just it is just a Gen 8 gearbox in there. So probably go ahead and upgrade the spring, go to a metal inner barrel, and I'm not sure, I'll have to check it. I think it already has a faster motor on it. All right, so comments, questions, post them below. Of course, like, subscribe, share my channel with your friends, and participate in those monthly giveaways. Thanks for your support.